Feels like it's been a long time since we've done MSQ. Woohoo! Alright, we're back. Tataru, we're back after so long. I learned how to sing and dance and play a harp. I can show you. La 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 la. See? We're such a good bard now. Well, if it is... Alright, sorry. Let me throw in a marker. I'm just I'm too excited. I'm just diving right into it. Okay. Alright. Well, if it isn't my favorite adventure, welcome back, Leoki. Lady Minfilia awaits you within the solar. Please enter at your leisure. Alright, Minfilia. We did it. Alfino. What's he doing here? I'm given to understand that the matter of Ramu has finally been resolved. I fear resolved bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightly claim, yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Levin will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough. Thancred is sparing no effort. They are many, and one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. Ah, I've been meaning to ask, but is Alice quite well? I feel as if I have scarcely seen her in recent days. Oh, you haven't, nor have I, alas. Alice has chosen to walk her own path. Stubborn girl. But you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Baldessian report will serve you well. I take it we can proceed as discussed. Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act. Interesting. It's a mystery. We meet again. Tiny elf boy. Okay, bye. It's good to see you again, Leoki. Aww, everyone's here but Thancred. Papa Limo. I love his little, celebration animation. I've been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelveswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud. With that, we can strike remove from the list. So who's next? The Sahagan and Leviathan? The Lord of the World has not answered his minion's call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. So I think I mentioned it earlier, but when they were reworking this game and about to release it, it was back, I forget the exact year, but there was a pretty big hurricane that hit Japan. So I think at this point in the story, you actually were supposed to go to investigate Leviathan, but they rewrote it so that that didn't happen later, just because of the circumstances around that, which is a pretty big change. That's kind of impressive they could do that. But yeah, I think this is the point where that rewrite happened, and I feel like this is around the point where most people say the story is not great, but that is probably why. So yeah, if the next few streams are not the most exciting, I mean, the game is still what it is. Don't have to give it a free pass, but yeah, there actually is some context in why the writing and some of the portions of kind of the next chapter are maybe not as tight as the rest of the story leading up to it and kind of what comes after. But yeah, just wanted to add that in. I think it's always interesting, especially as a developer, to look at kind of, why were certain decisions made, and just like how real life circumstances and events kind of make their way into games, even if games are in some ways kind of an escape and separate from the real world. So yeah, just wanted to mention that. But yeah, we can keep going. While the Sahagin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god. As with the sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices. For a time, at least. For a time bears repeating. We can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Yestola says, unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when next a primal will return to plague the land. That being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word on Titan? The maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from there ere long. You may depend upon it. Indeed. So then, of all the known primals that have been active in recent times, we are left with... Gridania! Wait, I mean Garuda! Who's the primal of the Ixal and lived near Gridania? Yes, that's what I meant. So many mobs to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we would not long have wanted for a more practicable solution. Gerudo. Oh no, it's Gerudo. It's the Gerudo. Primal Ganondorf. We must summon the Triforce to combat him. Now that would be a twist. Zelda and Final Fantasy teaming up. Those are like two of the longest kind of fantasy video game series. Even though they don't share a ton of similarities. That would still be quite the crossover. I mean, Ganondorf kind of does turn into a primal in some ways. That would be crazy. She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief? Oh no. Chief is missing. But one sure step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the sylphs under the sage guidance of the Seed Seers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You have earned it. Woohoo! Vacation! Is this the vacation chapter? We just go hang out on the beach, relax. I'm not sure how Final Fantasy would fit into Zelda, but I could totally see like a Ganondorf primal transformation thing working in Final Fantasy. Is there something else, Leoki? I don't know what we're saying, but... Oh yeah, La Habrea! We met him. I guess, yeah, that's probably good to tell her about. Beg pardon. A man named La Habrea, sporting a red mask and robed in black. 12 preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Asians took great pain to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this La Habrea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to the... Eek! Tataru! Huh? Okay. Got scared of a cabbage. Come on, Tataru. A sylph? In Thanalan? Do we know this one? At long last, this one finds walking one leaky. Oh, it's Neuraxia. Okay. That's cool. We know her. Right? Thought it was our lunch came alive. This one is most dependable of these ones. Is sent by the other one, FFXIV, to help walking ones. This one is called Neuraxia. This one comes as a friend. Let these ones be friends. Huh? Oh, hi. Pleasure to meet you, Neuraxia. Oh, they're like the same height. They're so cute. Got quite the diverse range of races here. Wait, Thancred's here? You skipped the meeting. There's a meeting. You skipped it. Leoki. Pray do not concern yourself with my welfare. My current investigation has yielded some curious results, and at present I am pondering how best to proceed. Wait, isn't this the guy from the beginning? Oh, I never noticed that before. What are you doing here? Wait a minute. I know you. The carriage into Gridania, right? It's me. Bremont. How in the hells did you end up here, lad? Never mind. You can tell me later. Gotta ask you something first. This might sound strange, but you haven't by chance seen a fellow what looks exactly like me. I'm looking for my twin brothers, see? I heard they might have come through here. They could be dead for all I know. At least it feels like I've been chasing ghosts for an eternity now. Interesting. There's so many people here. Are involved. I'm to meet with the antecedent soon to discuss a matter of great import. Abba thinks it's about my first official mission. Suppose it would be good if I was, yes? I mean, I'm not sure if I'm ready, but still. Abatia. A masked man. I vaguely recall some emulsion ranting about something like that in the middle of a skirmish. Of course, I wasn't listening too closely on account of the fact their friends were trying to kill me. Don't mean to waste your time, friend. That's the only thing what comes to mind. Y'shtola. As you have doubtless witnessed in your travels, the lands of Eorzea are gasping under the pall of a suffocating darkness. I must wonder if it is this darkness that invites disaster, or simply that disaster has left such gloom in its wake. One thing is for certain, now is not the time to relax our vigilance. Ida, long time no talk. Neuraxia and I both wear a mask. We're gonna get along famously, I just know it. Thanks, Ida. Look, Neuraxia, I realize this makes no sense to you, but you must try to be more discreet. Years ago, a law was enacted in Ul'dah whereby... Please, just trust me and stay out of sight. Walking ones from Ul'dah have not seen these ones before. This one knows. Still, must walking ones make such screaming sounds when seeing this one's face? This one cannot get a wink of rest. Why are people so scared of it? I know. Papa Lima. I mean, he does travel a lot with Ida. Somebody has to be responsible. I feel like Ida is not likely to exert much self-control. Just say that. Yes, Tataru is as ready to express her fright as she is to express, well, everything else. Not all of us are forged of the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite. Leoki, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Sorry, what? One by one, people of Eorzea are beginning to unite. Leoki, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Asians' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. I'm struggling. We took too long of a break. I forgot how to read. More tickets. Alright. Back from the wood. Level 24, Shadow of Darkness. Alright, time to go hunting La Habrea. Let's do it. I'm afraid there's no rest for the weary, Leoki. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Asian, known as La Habrea. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Asians, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go, speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. Whatever you do, never forget we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Leoki. Uh-huh. I'm good at being safe. Definitely won't just run in and fight anything I see. Alright. To Ul'dah. Okay. Yeah, they do really make a good pair. Swift, Flame Commander. The Masked Man. Ah, you are come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there's been a sighting of this rogue near about Eastern Thanalan. A brass blade stationed at Highbridge described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Quiquirian. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folks are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow's always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have the coin or the mind to spend it. Got it. To Highbridge, Eastern Thanalan we go. It's raining. Okay. Something spooked Pele. Oh, I think my roommate is home. Maybe that's what it was. Alright. Now. Welcome to Highbridge, adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? I'm not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, mayhap you'll learn a thing or two, eh? What are you playing at, Hihibaru? When the Order of Nodthal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims, but thanks to the Night Endless Beastman raids, folk are too afraid to come within a mile of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares. Spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant? The masked man. Bah. I'll take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go ask the other merchants. Alright. This is quite the little disparate trading operation. The multiloquent merchant. Multiloquent? Okay. Aye, I've heard tell of the masked devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere around Thanaland too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. We've got a trail! Investigator Liuki is on the case. Absent-minded merchant. On the trail of a masked man. The game's sentient. It can hear me. Oh no. But only in hushed... Aye, I've heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. It said he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious. And that's about all I can say, little though it is. Artie is howling again. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters looking about. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the Kirin raids. None but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. Something tells me we're gonna have to deal with the Kirin to get our information. Because I've played a video game before. I know how these things work. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Quiquiran raids are so constant, so organized. We're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. Maybe a hooded masked mystery man? I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do. That doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. This is also where there's a weird thing. When the game first came out, like a lot of MMOs at the time, you didn't get as much XP from doing the quests. So you would usually do part of the story, and then you'd have to go do something else to level, like the side quest here. And I think when Shadowbringers came out a couple years ago, they streamlined the quests. So what they did is they took the amount of XP, I don't know, they gave you more XP for the MSQ, I think is what it was. And they cut out some other quests, but you get XP a lot earlier. But there's some weird points, like right now, where someone's like, I'll keep an eye out and come back in a little while and I'll tell you. But then you turn in the quest and then you just immediately talk to them, even without leaving. And they're just like, aha, I've found all this information. It's very disruptive. I did end up, I had to like go and look up that the first time I saw it because it was just very jarring. But that is the explanation for it. It was not how it was when the game was first written. I finally got some honest-to-God's information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own 2 eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thal's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man. Your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Kukurin appeared soon after. The group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was far too out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? There's some sound, reliable information, even if I do say so myself. Well, worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? It's a lead. We'll do it. Let's go light a fire in the middle of a thunderstorm. I wish I had a microphone just to get arty. He's the most vocal cat I've ever seen. It's so cute. Like, I don't even know what he wants 90% of the time. Like, I try to give him attention, he just, like, walks away. It's like, he knows it's not, like, food time, so I don't know. Yeah, is it just, like, I don't know, an expression? Do they not want anything? Are they just like, I'm here? It's very fascinating. Smoldering coal, a red-hot piece of carbonized wood that when placed on wet wood or leaves will create a billowing tower of smoke that can be seen for miles. Alright. Come at me! Look how good we are now that we've got a shield. Actually can block stuff. So let's go ahead and switch this back. Sorry. I know the toolbars can be a bit big. We do not need them that big for this content. Can actually see more of the game this way. Wait, who did we even just fight? I wasn't paying attention. Thought we were gonna fight a Kukurin. Smoldering coal gives rise to a column of smoke, which serves to someone that was a bandit. Forced to defend yourself, you slay the man and find upon his corpse a peculiar scroll bearing the mark of Ralgar, the Destroyer. Return to Highbridge and present your find to Hihibaru. Okay. Okay. Jumpy bird. Back so soon? Were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? Found this ward of the Destroyer. A paper ward inscribed with a prayer to the patron deity of Mhigo, Ralgar. It's Mhigo. The scroll, it bears a prayer to Ralgar the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Ralgar is the guardian deity of Mhigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last guild that your assailant was Alamigan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That self-same merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? Nope. Go all in on the on to Little Alamigo. We're going to Little Alamigo. Let's go. The Alamigan bandit you had a run-in with is somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. So it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head towards Little Alamigo over in southern Thanalan. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is the favored destination for those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Ul'dah. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes, it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much a help she will be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who has relocated to Little Alamigo. Her name is Hihira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. Suppose this is it then. I'd hope you would linger here a while. Call some fiends, spend some coin, what have you. But something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. So, I'm guessing that is what the old quest had you do. I don't know that for sure, but that just seems like a funny little thing the writers did. It's like, if you played the game 5 years ago, that's what you would have done. But we need to advance the story quicker, so... yeah, you're just going to go without doing those things anymore. And also that was kind of a weird narrative pacing. Because it was definitely setting it up like we were gonna fight some Kikirin. I'm guessing it was just a dead end and not actually La Habrea. Be fun to find somebody playing through the MSQ when it first came out. Be curious to see what that section actually looked like. I think I drank all the boba. I still have like a quarter of the tea left. It's fine. It's still good milk tea. Yay. It's not raining. It finally dry off. Won't be able to fight these things ever without thinking about the Thousand Needles Blue Mage thing again. It was so much fun. Need to kill 4 of these? Oh man, okay. Time to get to work. Bruh. Cactus, pew pew pew. Man. I uploaded that as a short on for YouTube Shorts. It actually got kind of a lot of views. I was surprised. I still have not figured out Shorts and or TikTok. I feel like that's something I need gonna explore a little bit more. Start to get a grip on. It's so different to creating like any other content. I feel like it could be really fun though. It's really just capturing like little moments, but I feel like a lot of editing and like thought into like how you deliver a good story in 60 seconds is interesting. Yeah. I feel like it's probably less work than like editing a full YouTube video, but you do need to upload a lot more of them. So I'm sure they're probably about equivalent overall. But yeah, you just need a lot of footage, and like I have an idea for one. Like I wanted to, like I have the footage, so I could do it at some point. But I wanted to do a TikTok of us trying to get up the tower doing the jumping puzzle. Like I feel like that could be fun. Just like set up the goal, show a bunch of clips of us falling, and then we finally get to the top in the end. So like I feel like that type of stuff works decent for gaming content. But yeah. I also don't watch many gaming TikToks, so maybe I can try to see how other people do it in a way that works. But yeah, I don't really have the time to do that too much right now. I feel like I'm kind of at my limit for what I can reasonably do consistently. I think the cats got into a bit of a fight. Heard one of them howl. Seem okay though. Oh, you heard that? I think that was... It sounded more like Artie, but that was either Artie or Pele. Yeah. That's usually a noise they make when one of them like jumps on the other one. Especially if they weren't expecting it. So they might be playing, or yeah, maybe they got into a little fight, but they're always okay. Happens again, I'll go check on them, but yeah, they do that a lot. Yeah, I guess, yeah, they have been pretty quiet this evening, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're both awake and have a lot of energy. But I think my roommate came home, so that probably got them awake, because Pele was sleeping pretty quietly until that happened, and she went to see what was happening, and so now I guess she's awake. But yeah, I just kind of feel like I'm just given the amount of hours in a week and the amount of time that I need to work and do other life commitment things, I think I'd have to like cut back on something else if I wanted to like do proper edited YouTube videos or really make decent quality TikToks or shorts. So that's something I have been thinking about. I feel like that content might be... I feel like I could do better with that content. But it would be a lot of work, and I am kind of just enjoying streaming. So it's kind of nice to just hang out with people, and that's fun. But yeah, like just straight up using stream content without editing doesn't work because it's a different platform, different expectations. So like it's actually doing all right, doing better than expected. And I am learning a bit about YouTube, learning a bit about TikTok, and so like I think it's good and probably keep doing what we've been doing. But yeah, I don't expect it to be kind of super successful. So yeah, maybe at some point figure out a way to get some better videos out there. 'Cause I do have quite a few ideas for like YouTube videos I'd want to make and kind of like what a proper channel would be, but yeah, there just aren't enough hours in the week. Like maybe it's technically possible if I spent like every spare moment on it, but I don't think I want to invest that hard into it, and I think I'd probably burn out. I feel like I do need a little, because like right now I basically have Monday evenings where I don't stream, so I could use that to work on videos and probably get like one decent video out a week. But yeah, I kind of need that to do stuff around the place or meet up with people. Sometimes have to work a couple extra hours, so that's the best time to do it. So yeah, that's kind of where things are at now. which I'm happy with. Like, it's not a bad thing. Like, we all have to figure out how we manage our time. So yeah, it's more just right now, I think choosing Twitch over YouTube and TikTok. And unless you're a full-time creator, I don't feel like you can really do multiple or all three at a high quality. Maybe some people prove me wrong. I don't know. But I can't think of anyone who works a full-time job and has like active accounts on all three that are pretty successful. So I would love to talk to them if there is, because I would love to know how they manage their time. Guessing you'd have to stream less. Like maybe if I did one less stream a week and worked on video, I could do it. But like I said, I just enjoy the streams more for right now at least. And I get to play more games and learn more about what's going on in the industry. So if I do ever focus on the other ones, I'll have a better handle on where things are at and kind of where the culture's at. But yeah, that was random diversion. Let's jump back in it. Why, yes, he borrows my father. You said, what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just... Oh, I'm sorry. Shouldn't bother you with family matters, but I am grateful to you for delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? A masked man. I'm afraid the description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others here may have seen something. I recommend you first speak with Gundobald, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Gundobald.